extra tight to your coffee today. But this morning, right now, we're taking a look out at Gold Beach, where those winds yesterday were very strong. We reached about 58 at that peak gust. Notice though, as we're starting off this morning, winds are a bit calmer at 54 degrees currently at Gold Beach. But just because this morning, starting off on the calmer side, doesn't mean we're going to see them pick up throughout our day today. Already quite breezy into the Shasta Valley this morning, some higher elevations over east side. But notice as we switch over into the evening, wind gusts really pick up, and then we'll see that even more so overnight tonight, where those winds will be rather strong, and they do have the potential to create some power outages. Even if you're driving through these winds later into the evening today with that rain, could see some sideways rain, and not going to be the most fun to be driving through. Where we can expect to see those strongest wind gusts is definitely going to be areas into higher terrain east side, over into the Shasta Valley and along the coast. But speaking of the coast, we're also tracking on a few other things as well. But one of them is going to be this high wind warning that is in place until tomorrow morning. And in those high wind warning areas, you can expect those gusts from 60 to 70 miles per hour into our wind advisory areas, which does include Jackson, Josephine, and eastern Curry County and parts of the Klamath Basin as well. Those gusts could peak out at 50 miles per hour. But like I mentioned, we're tracking multiple things along the coast. We do have a high surf advisory in place from 7 p.m. tonight until 10 p.m. on your Thursday. I don't think you're going to be out along the coast over the next few days. I don't recommend it. But if you are, you have to be extra careful, expecting some very high waves along with it. Now, for today, those temperatures are going to remain on the cooler side, very fall-like. But notice we're tracking rain throughout your day today. High temperatures around the rest of the region. We have 52 for Klamath Falls, 56 for Wairika. Over along the coast, 60 for Brookings. Into Crater Lake, we'll have 40 for your high today. Overnight tonight, really not that many big changes, but we do see a pickup in that precipitation, tracking heavier rainfall along the coast and especially into the Mount Shasta area. But this morning, we are tracking out some lighter showers. We'll see it spread northward throughout the rest of our morning. With this is what we're tracking right here. We're going to have that atmospheric river setup, and that heavier rainfall today mainly is going to be along the coast. So notice as we do switch over later in today, it does become a bit more widespread, but here's that heavy to moderate rainfall falling along the coast later today. We will get a little break areas inland as we're late into your Tuesday, starting off your night, but then it picks up overnight tonight. And look at as it moves inland, where we're going to be seeing that heavier precipitation, definitely into western Siskiyou County and that Mount Shasta area. Notice how we do see snow levels drop a little bit, but it is mainly going to be into those higher elevations like Crater Lake, Mount Ashland, and not expecting to see any winter impacts with this system. Thursday morning starts out on the quieter side, and then we get that next atmospheric river setup, bringing more rain to the region. Again, not seeing any blue mixed into your forecast here. Now, in terms of how much rainfall it's looking like we are going to get, this is through our Wednesday night. So as you're waking up into your Thursday morning, most of that is definitely going to be along the coast into the Mount Shasta area. Only about 1/10 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch areas over east side, and a bit as we're over into our west side valleys along the Cascades. But again, most of that is definitely going to be areas over west, especially along the coast. But into the days ahead, remember, snow levels are going to remain on the higher side. I just do want to stress that driving in this rain and the wind is going to be very tricky. So just keep that in mind, especially later this evening, and if you do have to work your way out overnight tonight. But let's go ahead and take a look at your 7-day forecast for the coast. Again, windy and rainy this weekend. We do get a little bit of a break. You'll see that break into Northern California as well. But showers will be likely as we're ending out your Friday. Over into the Klamath Basin, chance for showers will continue into your Friday. Drier conditions over the weekend, and temperatures that do warm up a little bit as well. Over into the mountains, minimal snow impacts the next few days, only into those higher elevations. And finally, back over into the Rogue Valley, temperatures stay pretty mid through the rest of your week, but the weekend will be on the drier side with a little bit more mild temperatures on the way.